this weekend when I was watching that fight, I'm like, okay, here we go. This is just a classic. He's going to, you know, Conor had like 30 seconds at the start of those rounds, and then it was just a mauling. You know?
Yeah, well, John Cavanaugh, who's Conor's trainer, will be here next. He's going to be here at 11. And we'll get a chance to talk to him and see what the fuck he thinks and what happened. And the bottom line is that guy is so much better than him as a grappler. So much better.
Yep.
I mean, he is on such a high level. When I talk to Daniel Cormier says that guy schools world-class wrestlers in the gym, just throws people around.
Yeah, assassins.
Yeah.
Like probably one after another.
Yeah, he's
imagine
he's
the
a
training.
special talent. He's been wrestling since he was a little kid, man. I mean, he really has. You ever see the video of him wrestling a bear?
No, but I want to.
You never saw it?
No, but I want to.
It's fucking hilarious. It's him wrestling a brown bear. It's like a small brown bear, like a Russian brown bear, like our version of a grizzly in Russia. And he's
so
fucking
you're saying like a
wrestling it.
coastal peninsula bear,
Yeah.
like a peninsula.
Yeah, look.
What is
Yeah,
happening?
that's him when he's a little kid. Look at this. I mean, first of all, who the fuck lets their kid
Yeah,
wrestle a
exactly.
bear? And the bear's biting him. The bear's biting him. Look at this bear's biting his clothes. Bear's a total cheater, which prepared him for Conor this weekend because Conor did a lot of cheating.
Okay,
Look,
if I would have
he gave
saw
up
this, I
position.
would be making a bet.
He gave up position because of the bite. You see that? He was on top, and the bear bit him, and he let the bear get on top. Now he's on top.
Yep, it's over.
Look at this. But it's not. Bears are squirrely, man, and bears have a really good guard.
Oh,
Look at that.
look at the
takedown.
double leg.
He's laughing.
That is
That's
awesome.
him. That's him as a little boy. Look at that. 1997.
See, we can't do that stuff in America.
I know. That's why we're
I
going to
mean,
lose.
imagine if Mendez got to go out and just wrestle bears.
Look how little he is, too. I mean, he's a little kid there, man. He looks like he's about 8 years old.
Actually, I think in the neighborhood I grew up with the Guidas, they probably had one of these in their garage.
A bear?
Yeah, Clay and Jason, they were both kind of nuts. Maybe they did wrestle some bears.
What state was that?
It was in Illinois.
So that would be
Northern
a black
Illinois,
bear?
Johnsburg. Yeah, probably. This is awesome.
It's crazy. You know what's interesting? I've been...
Why doesn't he bite back? Didn't get that training.
Yeah, don't do that because then the bear's really going to get into it. Look at the
Oh,
bear's
wait
trying
a
to bite
minute.
his head and
Yeah.
shit. Well, it's
Just
a little
his-
bear.
But his dad just like let him ride it out. He's good.
Well, the bear is obviously being nice. They're having fun. I mean, even as the bear, you know, it's like when a dog is biting you when you're playing with them and they're not trying to hurt you.
Look at that.
But the
Got
bear's
single-
also on a chain, which is kind of fucked up because the bear can't
Yeah,
circle
but think
correctly.
of those. I mean, that bear
Look at that
is
guard. Look at that guard.
very good.
Bears have a very good guard. Look at this. Look, he
This is
shoots it
awesome.
low. I mean, Russians are a fucking different breed, man.
Yeah,
They're a different
exactly.
breed. And as things are hard over there, we try to make things softer and softer over here. We're giving kids participation trophies. We don't want bullying.
They're like, we're bringing a grizzly into
Yeah.
the assembly, and we're gonna wrestle grizzlies today.
Yeah, how old are you? 8? And you haven't wrestled a grizzly yet? What are you, a pussy?
Yeah, here we
Come on.
go.
Yeah.
Couple shots of vodka, grizzly bear.
Well, you're seeing a lot of very, very tough guys come from that part of the world.
Yeah,
And they're fighting in combat
Not just
sports
guys.
now. Yeah, women, yeah.
not just guys.
Yeah.
And as much as we're talking about wrestling, he impressed me stand up. Like,
Oh, yeah, he cracked Conor
I
with that
mean,
big right hand.
He stood up enough to just say, you know, I'm going to sit here and take a few, and I'm going to give a few, but then he went to probably what his game plan was, I would assume.
Well, you have to stand for a little while because if he just shoots in, he'll get caught with a knee or caught with a punch rushing in. But he landed the bigger shot. There was one big giant shot that was landed in that fight, and it was by hand.
Yeah.
And Conor hit him with some pretty good front kicks to the body and some other things, but didn't really get much off on the feet.
Not like classic left jabs that just break people down.
Yeah. And on the ground, he just got mauled. And it's one of those things where you see that guy, in the beginning, guys fight him off a little bit, and then as the fight wears on, he just gets more and more dominant. They get more and more exhausted. Really, this fight just makes Ali Aquinta look like a god. I mean, that's the most impressive thing about it. Ali Aquinta went 5 rounds with him, stood toe-to-toe with him, and, you know, gave him at least a struggle. At least he gave him a bit of adversity.
Yep.
You know, managed to survive on the ground much better than Conor did. Managed to get back up to his feet. Managed to stuff a bunch of takedowns. And on the feet was a real threat. You know, I mean, obviously Khabib didn't prepare for Al Iaquinta. He prepared for Conor. But Al Iaquinta didn't even prepare for 5 rounds. He only prepared for 3. So there was so much to that fight.
What do you think will happen with Conor now? I mean,
I'm worried what happens with Khabib.
Yeah.
I hope they sit everybody down and they go, look, everybody's all right. Come on.
Yep.
You know? So the guy who rushed in the cage and punched Conor in the face, that guy should be in the most trouble. Because, you know, the guy just fought 4 rounds, got the fuck beaten out of him, got choked. I heard a lot of people, there's a lot of silly non-experts out there saying that wasn't a choke or that wasn't a neck crank. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That is absolutely a neck crank. When someone gets their arm around your head like that, and then what they do is they grab it like this, and they pinch the elbow. They put the forearm on his back like this. So as the arm is across the neck, and then they grip it like this, and the forearm goes into the back. And as you're pulling like this, you're pushing with your forearm and yanking with your hand. It is a terrible neck crank. They call it, Dean Lister actually has a video on it. He calls it the fulcrum choke. And it's a nasty choke. So, you know, I thought he was going under the neck. Here, you can see it here. Dean Lister, who's a world champion, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. And that's my friend Hans Mauling behind him. Now watch how he does this. See how he's grabbing a hold of it. And what he's going to do is he's going to clamp his hands. See how he grips his hands?
Yep.
And so
it crushes
he's
the
doing
esophagus.
it like this. No. You can go right over your face. It can go over your neck. It can go over your face. It can go over your fucking cheekbones. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even have to go under the chin. If it goes under the chin, that's awesome. But you see what's going on with his forearm? See how he's pulling with his arms? Yeah.
Lever arm.
Or you could do it. Some guys do it like this, but I think this is probably the best way to do it. But as you're right here, this part just digs that elbow. Yeah, perfect. Perfect example. See, he's pulling on it with his right arm, and then his left arm is pushing down with his forearm on Conor's shoulder. It is a nasty, nasty neck crank. And your head is getting popped off. And first of all, that guy could squeeze the shit out of you. All you have to do, there's a bunch of guys who could put you to sleep like that. Marcelo Garcia's one. He's put guys to sleep without even getting under the chin. He just gets your head. Just gets your head in there and squeezes. Eddie Bravo can do that too. If he gets your head in there, you don't even have to, it doesn't even have to be under the chin. He just really puts you to sleep with your own fucking head. Just wraps it around your head and squeezes it so tight that no blood is getting to your brain. Yeah, so there's a lot of armchair quarterbacks out there saying that wasn't a neck crank. You're incorrect.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for more great Sambo content.